Dirgahayu Coffee is a coffee roastery cafe in Kempas Baru, Johor. It was created on June 6, 2020. Muhammad Amirul Ashraf, the proprietor, indicated that the Indonesian film Philosophy Kopi inspired him to create his own coffee shop. This film is about a coffee establishment that is battling to pay its bills while retaining their belief. Amirul researched the name Kopi Dirgahayu on his own. Dirgahayu is a Sanskrit word that means long-lived. Amirul wants his coffee to last in the market, therefore he chose and to embrace it in the name. Aside from beverage, they also sell roasted coffee beans, which may be purchased in store or online platform like Shopee.
To have a long-term competitive advantage, the owner should have a very good relationship or have a partnership or collaboration with any of their suppliers. A partnership is a contractual relationship between two or more people who carry on a joint venture business with the goals of profit, with each equaling liability for losses and the rights to share the profits. So my name is Dirgahayu. Now I will explain about the collaborations and the partnership that Dirgahayu have been doing with their suppliers. When having a good relationship with a supplier, it can provide many advantages for the company, such as low purchases prices. For having a low prices for raw materials is one of the competitive advantages that company should have in order to stay in the market for a long time. Dirgahayu Coffee and the Roastery was founded on June 6, 2020. The owner stated that they have a partnership and collaboration with coffee and also Long Beach Company. The company's coffee is a spice trading company. They began trading coffee in the 90s, 70s by importing the Robusta coffee beans to Indonesia and also Malaysia. Coffee also began to importing high-quality Arabica coffee beans into the local market in the early 2010s. And this is one of the raw materials that Dirgahayu Coffee will have when it opens in 2020. So coffee obtains HALAL certificate for their raw coffee beans materials before selling them to their customer. So the other reason why Dirgahayu Coffee choose coffee as their suppliers is because of the competitive pricing. So because of the competitive pricing, Dirgahayu may be able to purchase raw materials with coffee on a very tight budget. When customer order the coffee, it is incomplete if there is no syrup on the surface of the coffee. As we all know, syrup is one of the ingredients used as a topping on the coffee in Malaysia. Long Beach Company is a Thai market that supplies syrup to the Malaysian market. It is because it contains only natural ingredients. When doing a business in the food and beverages industry, it is common to import various products such as syrups from various countries, including Thailand. So as we know that Thailand is agricultural industry allows them to produce a wide range of agricultural products including sugarcane, which is used to make a syrup. Thailand is one of the suppliers who have an advantage in the producing syrup because they have sugarcane materials. Dirgahayu will and of course find the supplier who have an advantage in that materials. To be in the food and beverages industry, the Dirgahayu company chose to collaborate with the Long Beach Company to supply materials such as syrup for the company to use in making coffee drinks and serving the customer to complete their needs. So now, that's all about the partnership and the collaboration that Dirgahayu has with their own supplier. Now, let's move to the psychological pricing strategy that Dirgahayu use for their own company.
Strategies that Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery use in product pricing to attract customer is bundle pricing. This is because Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery offer a variety of goods or services as a package at a little reduced cost compared to purchasing them separately. They aim to provide their customer with a sense of value that can motivate them to buy additional things, boost over sales, and improve customer happiness. For instance, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery normally charge Rm 9 ringgit for a large cappuccino and Rm 9 ringgit for a latte. However, their customer can get them together for Rm 15 ringgit. Moreover, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery also stated that they can frequently lower productions, inventory, or marketing expenses by bundling their goods or services. Bundling can help in more efficient inventory management. Company can lessen the risk of maintaining extra inventory and the related expenses of storage, maintenance, and potential obsolescence by merging slower moving or superfluous stock with popular items. Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery can persuade customers to try out new product or upgrade to higher tier package by mixing well-liked or complementary items. For example, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery have prepared a combo of their most popular coffee, which is mocha, and pair it with Americano. It enables Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery to sell goods that might have been difficult to transport separately. Bundle pricing may persuade customers to buy more goods or services that they might not have otherwise thought about. For instance, the customer will feel more economical if they buy in bundle. Company can boost average transaction value and maximize income per client by bundling related product, all while avoiding additional marketing or customer acquisition expenses. Furthermore, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery also use prestige pricing. It is a pricing approach that suggests exclusivity and excellence by charging more. Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery use prestige pricing because it conveys a sense of more value and higher quality. For instance, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery communicates to their customers that their goods and services are prestigious, opulent, and of the highest calibers by pricing them higher above the typical market range. According to them, they are customers who believe superior qualities come with higher costs and are willing to pay more for them may be drawn to this positioning. What is more, prestige pricing helps businesses in standing out from rivals and developing a distinct brand identity. Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery market their products as premium, unique, and aspirational by charging them greater costs. This can give them a feeling of status and distinguish them from rivals who compete on lower rates. It enables businesses to forge a distinct character and draw in clients looking for high-end or status symbols products. For example, to produce a visually appealing and opulent appearance for their products, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery have invested in premium packaging supplies, such as premium bags or boxes. This will support the ideas that the brand is high-end. Most importantly, Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery see larger profit margin as a result of prestige pricing. They can obtain better income per unit sold by setting prices higher above the typical market range, thus making up for reduced sales volume. This tactics works especially well when aiming for wealthy or professional markets with higher willingness to spend. To illustrate, when Dirgahayu Coffee and Roastery sells their coffee at a higher price, they will get a higher sales.
Dirgahayu Coffee uses integrative bargaining while obtaining materials and supplies from their supplier. Integrative bargaining refers to talk in which both sides feel as if they have gained something from the transaction. This method is best thought as a win-win situation for both sides. The objective is to negotiate in such a way that the other party's want, needs, fears, and concerns are factored in. So, rather than merely worrying about losing less than the other side, the approach will be to hunt for a situation in which both parties must give up something in order to finalize the deal. When dealing with their supplier, Coffee, a brand owned by Su Hap Seng, a raw coffee bean importer and wholesaler based in Pulau Pinang, a decision that benefits both parties, in this case Coffee and Dirgahayu Coffee, will be made. Coffee, for example, states the lowest price they will offer Dirgahayu Coffee for Vietnam Wash SC16 Arabica beans is 38 ringgit 80 cent per kilogram, whereas Dirgahayu Coffee's customer says the highest price they will pay is 30 ringgit. Dirgahayu Coffee then persuades Coffee to reduce their price to 34 ringgit, achieving integrative bargaining as both parties compromise by giving up their original price to clinch a deal. Next, the bargaining procedure between Dirgahayu Coffee and supplier Long Beach. Long Beach is Thailand's top provider of cafe and restaurant beverage ingredients. Dirgahayu Coffee takes care of Long Beach distribution in Malaysia. Dirgahayu Coffee not only negotiate the lowest feasible price, but also other variables such as delivery time frames, payment conditions, and product quality. The negotiation usually ends with both parties feeling satisfied with the outcome. As for the issues during negotiation, Amirul, the owner of Dirgahayu Coffee, says he occasionally has to deal with obstinate suppliers. When he has evidence that he might get a better price with the same quality, the supplier will not always move. This prompts him to seek out another provider who is simple and straightforward to work with. Amirul also mentioned that he previously dealt with a supplier who had terrible negotiation ethics since they were disrespectful, gave misleading information, and overstated the goods discussed. A successful negotiation will leave both parties satisfied and eager to do business again. This explains why negotiations are necessary and outlines effective bargaining methods and tactics.
As we know that the buying decision process has 5 stages that are used by every trader who wants to open their own business, and Dirgahayu Coffee also use the buying decision process when making a decision to buy a coffee beans that suit the customer taste. So, the first stage is problem or need recognition. The owner of the coffee shop, Muhammad Amirul Ashraf, experienced problems when he wanted to make a decision in his buying decision process. It shows that the owner of Dirgahayu Coffee faces the problem of inconsistent supply of coffee beans. The owner of Dirgahayu Coffee said that economic changes caused the price of goods to rise sharply, and indirectly, the price of coffee beans that the owner of Dirgahayu Coffee often bought increased. This causes the owner lack of money to buy the coffee beans according to the amount of customer demand. In addition, it caused Encik Amirul to reduce the quantity of coffee beans he had to buy from suppliers and increase the price of coffee sold to the customer. While in the problem of satisfying the taste of customer, Mr. Amirul said many customers like coffee beans that have various coffee aroma and coffee beans that have a fragrant and delicious aroma. This is a challenge for Mr. Amirul to meet the taste of their customer because there are many competitors or other coffee traders selling coffee that has a variety of fragrant and delicious aroma. For the third stage, Mr. Amirul has set the characteristic of the coffee beans that must be obtained from the supplier by making a slight difference, which is to choose the cheapest and best quality Arabica coffee beans and have a fruity taste in each coffee bean. Mr. Amirul purpose in choosing Arabica coffee beans that have a fruity taste is because he does not want to be the same as the competitors. Most of the coffee traders out there only use coffee beans that have more or less the same taste. So, to make Dirgahayu coffee more special, he chooses Arabica coffee beans that have various fruit flavors, but he also chooses Arabica coffee beans that have a chocolate and peanut flavor. According to him, coffee beans that have a chocolate and peanut taste are often used in espresso coffee. Mr. Amirul proposed in using coffee beans that have a chocolate and peanut taste in espresso coffee to make it taste better and fatter. For the second stage is a information search. Based on his experience, Mr. Amirul would look for information about coffee beans quality by buying different types of coffee beans from different suppliers. However, Mr. Amirul often obtains coffee beans that do not suit the customer taste, and the coffee beans offered by suppliers are poor quality and less satisfactory. Among the example of supplier who supply low quality coffee beans is Suhapseng. Although the Suhapseng company is a company that sells coffee beans on a large scale, the coffee beans do not meet the characteristic that meet the customer taste, and poor quality because their green beans are not fresh crops. At fourth stage, Mr. Amirul has made his last choice, which is to buy coffee beans from a supplier called Coffee. The way Coffee does business is that they will import various types of coffee beans from various wholesalers who sells coffee beans. Mr. Amirul has made a comparison to choose the right coffee beans is as explained in stage 2 that Suhapseng supplies low quality coffee beans because their green beans are not fresh crops. In addition, this coffee company can supply coffee beans that suit Mr. Amirul's taste. They have a supply of coffee beans that have a variety of fruit, chocolate and nut or peanut flavors. Another reason is coffee company sells their coffee beans using a loose pack packaging instead
of jute bags. When they sell in loose bag, Mr. Amirul is easy to buy coffee beans in small quantities. On the other hand, Mr. Amirul can also buy in large quantity if he wants, and large quantity will be placed in a large jute bag. And every purchase of the jute bag, Mr. Amirul does not have to pay delivery shipping because this coffee company provides free delivery. In this last stage, it is an evaluation process of all product purchase. Even though Mr. Amirul has found a supplier that suits his customer taste, there are still differences in the coffee beans purchased from the supplier. Mr. Amirul said is that every coffee bean purchased from the coffee company, there must be a damage of coffee beans. Mr. Amirul have to bear the loss of each damaged coffee bean because the damaged coffee beans cannot be used in the production of coffee.